Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I've got a super exciting new series starting on my channel, but before we get into that, let me just do the usual. My name's Amber. I upload beauty and true crime content. If they're the type of videos that you like to watch, then why not hit that subscribe button and come along and join our little family. And if you're already part of the family, then make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of whenever I upload a video. And now we can get into today's video. So I have decided I want to do a back to basics makeup series for you guys. Now for you guys that don't know, if you're new to this channel, I am actually a fully trained makeup artist. So back in 2018 I finally realised what I wanted to do in life and where my passion lied, and that was for beauty and makeup, and I knew I wanted to work within the industry, and I just want to share with you the tips and tricks that I learned, take you really back to basics on how to do things. What better way to start by how to prep and prime the face for perfect makeup application. The one thing that I think fits priming the face perfectly is fail to prepare, prepare to fail, because if you do not prep and prime the skin properly, doesn't matter what you put on top of it, it is just not going to work properly, it's not going to sit on it properly, you're going to have issues. And I'm going to show you in a few simple and easy steps how you can create that perfect base for makeup. So there's two things that I want to talk about first that are something that you should do on a regular basis in order to make sure that your skin is at its smoothest, to allow for a smoother application. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is exfoliation. I prefer to use a chemical peel just because it's not as harsh on the skin. So I use the ordinary HA BHA solution. This is the like red mask that everyone raves on about, and I use this no more than twice a week, because what you want to do is you want to get rid of all of those dead skin cells ready for makeup application. But if you are doing something like this, you want to make sure you do it the night before, just because you don't want to do this and then go in with makeup application. That's just not a good idea. The next thing that I like to do is I like to always prep my lips. This is a little sugar lip scrub by the brand Basic Beauty, who have a little shop on Etsy. I will link them down below. I've got her salted caramel lip scrub, which is absolutely incredible for prepping my lips ready for lipstick application, because I tell you something now, there is nothing worse than trying to apply lipstick onto crusty lips. It's just not going to work. If you just take the simple step of using a lip scrub to slough away all of that dead skin, it's literally going to make your lipstick application so much easier. And I think a lot of people forget that step, and a lot of people forget to exfoliate their lips when they're doing the rest of the skincare. A lot of people forget about the lips, but you tend to find that lips are a main focus in a makeup look, so you want to make sure you're looking after them just as much as you're looking after your face. So now I'm just going to move along to what I actually do on a daily basis in order to get the perfect foundation application. So first things first, I always cleanse my face. You want to get rid of all of that excess gunk and everything, all the dirt from your skin. So I like to go in with a cleanser, and the cleanser I like to use is the Salicylic acid cleanser from Embryolisse. This is just a great one for my skin type because I've got a combination oily skin, and I do suffer, you can see I've got a little bit of scarring here, I do suffer from breakouts, so this really helps to keep my breakouts at bay. It's a really inexpensive option, and I've just found that it's something that really works for me. But you can use whatever cleanser you want, and then make sure you've got clean hands. Please do not start touching your face with dirty hands. That way you're going to spread bacteria. It's just not a good thing. Make sure you go and wash your hands. The next thing you're going to do is you want to apply a moisturiser. I would suggest going for something that is a little bit more lightweight, just because don't forget you are going to be putting products on top of it. So the one I like to use before makeup application is the W7 Watermelon Wave. This is a hyaluronic acid glow moisturiser. Bearing in mind I've already cleansed my face this morning, I've already washed my hands, I'm going to go in and apply a little bit of this to my face. So I'm not taking a lot, I'm just taking a little bit, and I'm just going to rub this in. And then another step that you want to take, because again you don't want to avoid the lips, I always like to go in with a little bit of lip balm. I love the Clinique Moisture Surge lip balm. It's just one of my absolute favourites, just because it's going to moisturise the lips ready for any lipstick application. This is definitely something you want to do, especially if you're going in with a matte lipstick. And then the next step, which is a little bit of a bougie step, this isn't something that you necessarily need to do every single day. If you just want the perfect under eye area that's just going to look smooth and depuffed, you can either go in with an eye cream and tap it in under the eye area, or you can use some eye patches. And I love the PIXI detoxifying eye patches. These are great. You get loads in here, you get 30 pairs. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some of these. Now the next thing that I'm going to tell you to do, which you're probably thinking, oh my god, I want to get straight on with my makeup, is definitely give your skincare a chance to sit in to the skin and sink in. Now if you're using something a little bit lightweight, obviously you're going to find that's going to sink into the skin quicker. As a makeup artist, and the way I was trained, I always do my eyes before I do my base, because you've got less chance of ruining your base. What's the point in spending all this time in creating the perfect base, then going and doing eyeshadow and dropping it all down onto your base? What I would do is I would go in and do my brows and my eye makeup while I'm waiting for this to sort of all do its thing. So I've just removed those eye patches and I'm literally just going to pat in that serum. And then the next and most important step is you must use an SPF. I think it's something that people always forget to do, but it is literally one of the most life-saving and important steps in a routine. I like to use the BONDI Sans. This is a daily moisturising face SPF with an SPF 50. Even in the UK, guys, where you look outside and you think it's not sunny, there are still rays from the sun, so you want to protect your skin. It is the best way to prevent aging. Get your sunscreen on. Find the one that suits you. You don't necessarily have to use this. This is just the one that I like to use. I'm just going to take a bit of this all over my face. So after I've applied my sunscreen, a really important step if you want that longevity out of your makeup, and you're probably going to look at me like I'm absolutely crazy, because yes, this is a setting spray, is to spritz a setting spray all over your face. Yes, the setting spray is designed to set the makeup. What a setting spray is actually designed to do as well is to extend the longevity of your makeup, but I just find that this is a really good like little makeup artist secret. So I'm literally just going to spritz this on my face. You can use whatever you want to push it into the skin. You can literally just use your hands if you like, and this works particularly well for an oily skin type. If you think about it, an oily skin, right, we normally use setting spray on top of the skin, okay, but all of the oils actually come from underneath the skin. So if you actually put this over, it's like you're creating a protective layer of setting spray, which is going to help your makeup last longer, because you're gonna try and prevent those oils from coming up over. The next step would be to prime the face if you want to go in with a primer. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you, you don't need to use a primer, but I love to use a primer. I find for me that's the way that I get the best smooth canvas on my face. The other question that sort of comes up a lot is, how do I know what primer to use for my skin type? So I'm just going to go through that a little bit. So first off, if you have got an oily skin, so you want to mattify the oils. If you are dry, you want something that is going to be more hydrating. You want something that's going to give the skin lots of moisture, because you want to give the skin a more plumped appearance. Or you might go for an illuminating primer, which is going to give the skin a more glowy appearance. Now another little tip, don't be afraid to double prime. But what I mean by double prime is I don't mean layer your primers up. I'm combination oily, so I find that I have a really oily T-zone, but I have a dry cheek area. So what I could do is go in with a pore filling primer in my T-zone, or a mattifying primer in my T-zone, and then on my cheeks and sort of my forehead area where I'm not an oily gal, I can go in with a more hydrating prime, and this is going to give you your smoothest skin base, because you're treating both of the problems within your skin. I just want to talk you through some of the primers that I think are really good for the different skin types. So first off, for a drier skin type, you've got the Primark Prep Effect Prime and Infuse Mist Sprays. These are literally around the £3 mark. They do lots of different scents. This one is the watermelon one. You literally just spritz it and you're ready to go. It's a prime in water. Another one that's really good for hydrating the skin is the Embryolisse Lait-Crème Concentrate. So this is a 3-in-1 product. It can be a moisturiser, a face mask and a primer, and I just find when I have really dry days, because I do get that on my cheeks, this just makes me look, it just looks incredible. I love the way it makes me look. Then if you're looking for something a bit more of an illuminating primer for a drier skin, the W7 Glow Time Primer is an incredible one and a budget friendly option as well. You can literally pick this up from B&M for like £2.99 and it just gives the skin the most gorgeous glow. The PIXI Vitamin C Priming Oil is also another great one for a drier skin type. It absorbs into the skin very quickly, just leaving the skin with a nice dewy finish. One of my favourites and a good all-rounder, I think, is the XX Revolution Gold Elixir Primer. This just absolutely looks incredible on the skin, and I'm an oilier skin type and it works really well for me. Now if you're someone who struggles with a little bit of an uneven skin tone, the PIXI Vitamin C Brightening Corrector is probably a great one for you, because this actually comes out white, and as you rub it in, it sort of corrects itself to the skin tone of the skin, and it honestly just smooths over the skin and gives it this incredible looking appearance. It's literally like an airbrush filter for your face. Now, in terms of those pore filling primers that I was talking about, if you want to be really bougie and splurge the cash, the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer is absolutely amazing for filling in any of those sort of pore areas. And Revolution also do their own version of it, which is obviously a little bit cheaper if you're wanting to save. And ELF also do a putty primer as well. I'm going to apply my primer for you so you can see the end result. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Revolution like putty primer, and you literally need a tiny bit. I'm going to apply that on my nose area, bridge of my nose a little bit. I'm really pressing that in. Straight away you can see how that's started to mattify my nose. And I like to do a little bit on my chin as well because I have got an oily chin. I want the rest of my face to look nice and glowy. So I'm going to go in with the W7 Glow Prime. I'm going to apply it across the rest of my face where I haven't applied a primer. And that is my skin prepped and primed for the perfect makeup application. Anyway guys, I hope you've really enjoyed watching this video. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below, or if you've got any questions or if you've got any requests for what you would like me to do in this Back to Basics series. Let me know all of that good stuff down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.